Raymond Daniels is one of the most interesting kickboxers in the world today. Similar to Stephen Thompson, Daniels comes from a point fighting karate background and fights side on. His long, narrow stance means that his lead leg is in perfect position to sidekick, which is tough to do from a straight-on stance. While a side-on stance adds distance to orthodox rear leg kicks, making powerful round kicks and front kicks largely impractical, it also shortens the path of the turning kicks. These include turning side kicks, back kicks, and wheel kicks. It is easy to get caught up in the razzle-dazzle of Daniels' game, but at the core he is a fighter in a very similar mould to Lyoto Machida. He creates distance, retreats, and intercepts his opponent as they step in. What in karate is called sen no sen, an intercepting counter. But where Machida intercepts with his reverse punch or a knee strike, Daniels intercepts with a back kick. You will notice that rather than the long turning side kick you will see from men like Dennis Siver, Daniels' kick is often more compact, almost cramped, and often delivered with a jumping turn rather than a pivoting foot on the floor. The mule-like back kick is one of the most powerful motions that anyone can perform, even without a firm foot on the ground. Daniels creates opportunities for it by getting his man to chase him, and has finished numerous opponents with kicks to the body as a result. The side-on distance fighting style requires excellent space management and a good amount of room to move. Daniels faces one problem which his old opponents Stephen Thompson and Michael Page don't have to deal with: corners. The 90-degree angles of a ring make it much easier to get trapped between the ropes. Daniels' answer to this used to be simply throwing punches back at his man as hard as he could, hoping to get free. Sometimes it worked. But when Daniels met Nicky Holzken, he found himself cornered again and again. When Daniels hit the ropes, he squared his stance in order to cover up. This allowed Holzken, one of the best combination fighters in kickboxing, to batter him up and down. Six months later, Daniels got another shot at Holzken, and though he lost the fight, he showed enormous improvement. As Holzken forced him to the ropes, Daniels remained side-on and adopted what is variously called a stonewall or Philly shell guard. When Holzken came in, he rolled with the punches, moved his head, or tied Holzken up. Holzken even became reluctant to step in for the first two rounds, and Daniels threw combinations against an inactive Holzken with his back foot almost touching the ropes. When Daniels squared up briefly under fire, he immediately tasted Holskin's famous liver shot. The end of that bout came on a flurry as Daniels attempted a mistimed back kick from the corner. This flurry ended in a knee strike which split Daniels' eyebrow wide open, and the cut was so bad that the fight had to be called off shortly after. However, up to that point, Daniels had shown not just improved boxing, but a clear understanding of exactly where he had struggled in the first fight and how he could avoid it in this one. There is a misconception in martial arts and combat sports that you need to be completely impervious to damage. Every choice made in stance and strategy has pros and cons. Just as the side-on, movement-heavy style of Daniels exposes him to low kicks and often sees him run onto the ropes, the square-on stance of almost every kickboxer he faces also makes them an easy target for his back kick. Daniels is an excellent lesson in the unorthodox, and well worth your time to watch.